Growing older isn't just about the number of candles on your birthday cake. It's about the lessons, the ones that shape us, humble us, and sometimes catch us completely off guard. Some lessons come gently, like a soft reminder. Others hit hard, leaving us wishing we had known sooner. But what if you didn't have to learn everything the hard way? What if you could hear the truth about life after 70 from people who've already walked that road? That's exactly what we're bringing you today. 9 seniors, each with years of wisdom, are sharing the lessons they wish they had learned earlier. The things no one warned them about. The mistakes they hope you won't make. And let's be honest, aging is not always easy. There are joys, yes, but also challenges that can take us by surprise. Some days, you feel stronger than ever. Other days, life reminds you just how much has changed. Your body, your friendships, your sense of purpose, they all shift in ways you never expected. Maybe you've already felt it. The loneliness that creeps in when old friends fade away, or the frustration of realizing your health isn't as reliable as it used to be. Maybe you've struggled with feeling forgotten, wondering why the world seems to move faster while you're trying to keep up. These are the realities few people talk about. But today, we're talking about them. Not to dwell on the past, but to help you shape your future. So whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, or even if you have a loved one navigating this stage of life, this video is for you. Because every stage of life comes with its own wisdom, and the sooner we understand it, the better we can make the most of the time we have. Now, here's something important. Stay with me until the end. Some of these truths may surprise you. Others may hit close to home. And the final lesson? It might just change the way you think about aging forever. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so now and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you know someone, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, who might benefit from hearing this, take a moment to share it with them. You never know whose life you might be helping today. Now, let's get started. 1. You will lose friends, but that's not always a bad thing. Friendships are one of life's greatest gifts. The laughter, the shared memories, the moments that make you feel truly understood. But here's a hard truth about life after 70. The people you once counted on may no longer be there. Some will move away to be closer to family. Others will drift apart as life takes them in different directions. And some will leave this world altogether. Losing friends is one of the most difficult parts of aging. One day, you're surrounded by familiar faces, people who know your stories, your struggles, your best and worst moments. The next, you start noticing the empty chairs, the unanswered phone calls, the birthdays that go uncelebrated. It can feel isolating. And, if you're not careful, it can lead to loneliness. A quiet, creeping kind of sadness that settles in when you realize the social circle you once had has grown smaller. But here's something many seniors don't realize. This isn't just loss. It's also an opportunity. 74-year-old Robert knows this feeling all too well. In his younger years, he had a wide circle of friends, people he played golf with, couples he and his wife would travel with, neighbors who were always up for a backyard barbecue. But as the years passed, that circle shrank. Some moved away. Others got too busy with their own families. And then, one by one, some of his closest friends passed on. For a while, Robert struggled. The loneliness hit hard, and he found himself retreating into his home more and more. He stopped reaching out, stopped making plans. He figured, what's the point? Everyone's moving on anyway. But then, something shifted. One day, while sitting in his usual spot at the local cafe, he struck up a conversation with another senior who had just moved to town. They talked about everything: books, family, the challenges of getting older. It wasn't long before they were meeting up regularly, and before Robert knew it, he had built a new kind of social life. It was smaller, yes, but it was deeper, more intentional, more meaningful. This is the lesson: friendships change, but meaningful connections can still grow. After 70, your friendships won't look the way they did in your 30s, 40s, or even your 60s. And that's okay. What matters isn't how many friends you have, but the quality of the relationships you maintain. So if you've been feeling the sting of lost friendships, don't let it stop you from building new ones. Reach out to an old friend, even if it's been years. Join a senior group in your community. Volunteer somewhere that brings you joy. If you're comfortable with technology, explore online forums or social media groups where seniors connect and share experiences. And most importantly, be open to the idea that friendship after 70 may look different, but that doesn't mean it has to be any less fulfilling. Because at the end of the day, life is still meant to be shared. And even when old friendships fade, new ones are always waiting to be made. 2. Health isn't guaranteed. Take it seriously now. When we're young, it's easy to take our health for granted. Our bodies recover quickly, a little pain here and there doesn't seem like a big deal, and we always assume we'll have more time to make better choices. But after 70, the truth becomes clear. Health isn't guaranteed, and neglecting it comes with consequences. Many seniors look back and wish they had done things differently, paid more attention to their bodies, moved more, eaten better, and taken those doctor visits seriously. Because by the time health problems fully reveal themselves, they're often much harder to manage. Just ask Margaret. She's 72 now, but if you had met her in her 50s, you'd think she had plenty of time to focus on her health. Back then, she would brush off small aches in her knees, ignore stiffness in the mornings, and joke about how sitting on the couch was her favorite workout. I'll start stretching eventually. I'll walk more when the weather's nicer. It's just a little pain. It'll go away. But it didn't go away. It got worse. By her mid-60s, the stiffness in her joints became a daily struggle. Her knees ached so much that getting out of bed in the morning was a challenge. Simple activities, like grocery shopping or playing with her grandchildren, became exhausting. Now, at 72, arthritis has taken a serious toll, limiting what she can do, and she constantly wishes she had taken those warning signs more seriously. And Margaret isn't alone. Countless seniors wish they had invested in their health earlier. Because while we can't control everything, we can control how we take care of ourselves. The good news? It's never too late to start. Even small steps can make a huge difference. First, prioritize movement. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. Simple stretching in the morning, a short walk outside, or even light chair exercises can keep your body flexible and strong. Think of your mobility like a savings account. The more you put into it now, the more you'll have when you need it most. Second, pay attention to what you eat. Many common senior health issues, like arthritis, heart disease, and diabetes, are worsened by inflammation. But the right foods can help. Leafy greens, berries, nuts, fish rich in omega-3s. These aren't just trendy diet tips. They're fuel for a body that's aging well. And finally, don't skip your doctor visits. Many health problems are much easier to manage when caught early. Regular checkups, screenings, and even basic blood work can help you stay ahead of potential issues before they become bigger problems. The bottom line? Your health won't wait for you to take it seriously. The choices you make today, right now, can determine how mobile, independent, and pain-free you'll be in the years ahead. So, don't wait for the wake-up call. Start taking care of yourself today, because a little prevention now saves a lot of pain tomorrow. 3. Loneliness can be dangerous. You must stay social. There's something about loneliness that most people don't understand until they experience it. It's not just about being alone. It's about feeling forgotten, disconnected, or like you don't quite belong anymore. And after 70, this feeling can creep in faster than you expect. Friends move away, family gets busy, loved ones pass on. The world seems to move forward at a pace that no longer includes you. And for many seniors, that quiet isolation becomes their new normal. But here's what many don't realize: loneliness isn't just an emotional struggle. It's a serious health risk. Studies have shown that seniors who feel socially isolated are at a much higher risk for depression, anxiety, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. In fact, some experts say chronic loneliness can be just as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Tom, 77, knows this struggle all too well. When his wife passed away, his whole world changed. She was his best friend, his daily companion, the person he shared every little moment with. Without her, the house felt empty, the days stretched on too long, and he found himself withdrawing from the people who cared about him. He stopped answering phone calls, stopped going out, stopped making plans. At first, he thought he just needed time to grieve. But months turned into years, and loneliness became a way of life. Then one day, his daughter signed him up for a local senior hiking group. At first, he resisted. "I'm too old for this," he said. "I don't need a bunch of strangers pitying me." But something surprising happened. The first time he went, he met a group of people who, just like him, had lost spouses, dealt with grief, and struggled with loneliness. They walked, talked, and shared stories. It wasn't about pity, it was about connection. That hiking group became his lifeline. Slowly, Tom started feeling like himself again. He laughed more, looked forward to his days, and even started reaching out to old friends. His world wasn't so small anymore. This is the truth. Staying social isn't just fun, it's essential for your well-being. If you've been feeling disconnected, it's time to take action. You don't have to wait for someone to reach out to you. You can be the one to take the first step. Call an old friend, even if it's been years. Join a local club, senior center, or community group. Get involved in a hobby, painting, gardening, book clubs, whatever brings you joy. Consider adopting a pet. The companionship of a dog or cat can ease loneliness in ways words can't. And don't be afraid of technology. Facebook, Zoom, and even simple messaging apps can help you stay connected with family, even if they live far away. Because the truth is, human connection doesn't have an expiration date. No matter how old you are, no matter how much life has changed, there are always people out there who would love to share a conversation, a laugh, or even just a quiet moment with you. Don't let loneliness take over. Stay engaged, stay social, and remember, you are never truly alone. 4. Money worries don't end. Plan smarter. For decades, we work hard, save what we can, and look forward to retirement as the time when financial stress finally disappears. But here's the hard truth. Money worries don't just vanish after 70. In fact, for many seniors, they become even more pressing. Many people assume that once they retire, life becomes simpler, fewer expenses, no job-related costs, and enough savings or pension income to cover their needs. But the reality? Unexpected costs can hit at any time. Medical bills, home repairs, inflation, even helping out family members. These things add up quickly and can turn a comfortable retirement into a financial struggle. Just ask Linda, 75. She always believed she had planned well. She had a pension, Social Security, and a little savings. But what she didn't account for was how quickly expenses could pile up. First, it was a necessary roof repair, $8,000 gone in an instant. Then, a few health issues required treatments and medications that weren't fully covered by insurance. Before she knew it, her emergency fund was drained, and she found herself worrying about whether she'd have enough for basic expenses. And Linda's story isn't unique. Many seniors realized too late that they needed a better plan. The good news? There are steps you can take right now to protect your financial future. First, consider downsizing early. Many seniors wait too long to move to a smaller home, thinking they'll do it someday. But moving while you still have the energy and flexibility can free up money, reduce maintenance costs, and make life much easier down the road. Second, create a senior-friendly budget. Prioritize necessities, cut unnecessary expenses, and make sure you have a cushion for emergencies. If you haven't already, work with a financial advisor or use simple budgeting tools to track where your money is going. Third, think about part-time work or passive income sources. Many retirees find fulfillment and financial stability by picking up part-time work, starting a small business, or even renting out a spare room. If you have skills, hobbies, or expertise, there are many ways to turn them into extra income. The key to financial security isn't just hoping for the best, it's planning ahead. Your retirement years should be about enjoying life, not constantly stressing about money. The best time to prepare is now. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, taking control of your finances today can help ensure peace of mind for the years ahead. Because after all, financial freedom isn't about how much you have, it's about how well you manage what you have. 5. Purpose is everything. You need a reason to get up. For years, many of us dream about retirement, those long, relaxing days with no deadlines, no stress, no responsibilities. But here's something most people don't realize until they get there. Retirement without purpose can feel empty. At first, it might seem like a welcome break. Sleeping in, no work obligations, complete freedom to do whatever you want. But after a while, an unsettling feeling starts to creep in. What now? Without a reason to get up in the morning, life can feel dull, repetitive, and even isolating. Studies show that seniors who lack purpose are more likely to suffer from depression, cognitive decline, and even a shorter lifespan. Having something meaningful to look forward to each day isn't just a nice idea, it's essential for your well-being. That's exactly what happened to Paul, 78. For decades, Paul ran a successful business. His days were filled with meetings, problem-solving, and a sense of accomplishment. But when he retired at 70, all of that disappeared overnight. At first, he enjoyed the break, but soon, he started feeling lost. Without work, He didn't know what to do with himself. His days felt meaningless. The structure, the excitement, the sense of making a difference, it was all gone. He found himself spending hours watching TV, feeling increasingly unmotivated. Eventually, depression set in. Then, something changed. A former employee reached out, asking if Paul would be interested in mentoring a few young entrepreneurs. At first, he hesitated. What do I really have to offer, he thought. But he gave it a try. And suddenly, everything shifted. Meeting with those young business owners reignited something in him. He realized that his experience, his wisdom, and his insights still mattered. He wasn't just done with life. He had so much more to give. Now, mentoring has become Paul's new passion. He wakes up excited again, filled with purpose. And it's not just him. Countless seniors find renewed joy and energy when they engage in something meaningful. So, if you've been feeling a little lost in retirement, it's time to find your purpose. Pick up a new hobby, painting, writing, learning an instrument, or anything that excites you. Volunteer in your community. Schools, libraries, animal shelters, and hospitals all need help. Consider mentoring. Your life experiences and wisdom could change someone else's path. If you love a challenge, start a small business or passion project, whether it's selling handmade crafts, writing a book, or teaching online. Because here's the truth. A fulfilling life after 70 isn't about slowing down. It's about finding what drives you. 6. Your diet controls more than you think. Most of us have heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." But as you get older, this saying becomes more than just a cliche. It becomes a reality that can determine how well you move, think, and feel every single day. What you put on your plate isn't just about satisfying hunger. It's either fueling your body or slowly breaking it down. And after 70, that difference is more important than ever. Some seniors assume that once they've reached a certain age, it's too late to make changes. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your diet directly impacts your mobility, brain function, energy levels, and even your ability to fight off disease. And the good news? Even small changes can lead to huge improvements in how you feel. Just ask Joan, 73. For years, she ate whatever was easy: processed snacks, frozen dinners, sugary treats. She figured, I've eaten this way my whole life, why stop now? But then, at a routine checkup, she got some alarming news. She was pre-diabetic, and her doctor warned that if she didn't change her diet, she'd soon be dealing with full-blown diabetes. At first, she was overwhelmed. Did this mean never enjoying her favorite foods again? But instead of focusing on restrictions, Joan decided to focus on smart swaps, choosing foods that nourished her body while still being delicious. She started incorporating more whole foods, fresh vegetables, lean proteins, nuts, and fiber-rich grains. She cut back on sugar and switched from white bread and pasta to healthier alternatives. And perhaps most importantly, she learned how to make healthy meals that still tasted amazing. Within months, the results were undeniable. Her energy skyrocketed, her joint pain lessened, and at her next checkup, her doctor was shocked. Her blood sugar levels had completely stabilized. Joan's story isn't unique. Seniors all over the world are realizing that what you eat can be the difference between thriving and just getting by. So, what should you focus on? Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish, flax seeds, and walnuts. These help keep your brain sharp and reduce inflammation. Fiber. Whole grains, beans, and vegetables support digestion and heart health. Lean protein. Chicken, fish, eggs, and plant-based proteins keep muscles strong. Healthy fats. Avocados, nuts, and olive oil support brain and joint health. And just as important, what should you limit? Processed foods. These are loaded with preservatives and lack nutrients. Excess sugar. Too much sugar accelerates aging and increases disease risk. Refined carbs. White bread, pastries, and sugary cereals cause blood sugar spikes. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about choosing foods that help you feel your best. Because at the end of the day, eating well isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. 7. Family won't always be there. Build independence. One of the hardest lessons to accept as we age is that family won't always be there the way we expect. When we're younger, we imagine our children, grandchildren, and loved ones visiting often, checking in regularly, and keeping us a central part of their lives. But as time goes on, reality sets in. They have their own responsibilities, families, and daily struggles. And as much as they love us, they can't always be there every moment we want them to be. For many seniors, this realization brings disappointment, loneliness, and even resentment. But here's the truth. Learning to embrace independence can be one of the most liberating things you ever do. Just ask Henry, 76. Henry had always been a devoted father. He worked hard to provide for his kids, supported them through school, and was always there when they needed him. So, when he retired, he expected the same in return: regular calls, weekend visits, maybe even help with errands or just some company over coffee. But life didn't turn out that way. His kids were busy. Between demanding jobs, raising children of their own, and handling their own responsibilities, their visits became less frequent. Calls were short, and sometimes they didn't come at all. At first, Henry felt abandoned. Did they not care? He started feeling sorry for himself, sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring. But then, he made a choice: to stop waiting and start living. He picked up an old hobby, woodworking. He started going to a local community center and made new friends his age. He even began traveling on short trips with a senior group. And an amazing thing happened. The more independent he became, the happier he felt. Instead of relying on his kids for his happiness, he built a life that fulfilled him in new ways. And ironically, once he stopped expecting constant attention, the relationship with his children actually improved, because now, every visit and call was meaningful, rather than filled with unspoken disappointment. So, what can you do? Cultivate hobbies that bring you joy. Whether it's painting, gardening, or learning a new language, having personal passions keeps you engaged with life. Expand your social circle. Friends can become like family. Join clubs, attend local events, or try senior-friendly online communities. Explore solo activities and travel. You don't always need someone by your side to enjoy new experiences. Many travel groups cater to seniors looking for adventure and companionship. Stay self-sufficient. Whether it's learning to use technology, staying physically active, or handling daily tasks independently, self-reliance fosters confidence. Because at the end of the day, loving your family is important, but relying on them for your happiness will only lead to disappointment. Your life, your happiness, and your fulfillment should come from within you. 8. The world moves fast. Keep learning. The world isn't the same as it was 10, 20, or 50 years ago. And if there's one thing that's certain, it's that change never slows down. New technology, new ways of communicating, new societal norms. It can feel overwhelming at times. Some seniors even resist these changes, convinced that things were better back in the day, and that there's no point in keeping up. But here's the reality: the more you learn, the more you thrive. Learning isn't just for the young. Keeping your mind active and adapting to the modern world can keep you sharp, connected, and even independent. And it's never too late to pick up a new skill. Just ask Barbara, 71. For years, she avoided technology. Smartphones, online banking, and social media felt intimidating. She relied on checks and cash, stood in line at the bank, and asked her grandkids to order things online for her. But eventually, she realized she was falling behind. She didn't like feeling dependent on others for simple tasks. And more than that, she didn't want to be left out of conversations or miss out on things just because she didn't understand how to use modern tools. So, she took a free tech class at her local library. At first, it was frustrating. But slowly, she started gaining confidence. She learned how to video chat with family, do her own online shopping, and even set up online banking so she didn't have to make unnecessary trips. And something amazing happened. She went from being afraid of technology to helping others. Now, Barbara teaches fellow seniors how to use their smartphones and computers, and she feels more connected to the world than ever before. The truth is, learning keeps your brain young. Try new technology. Whether it's using a smartphone, learning to email, or even trying out apps like Zoom or Facebook, staying connected online keeps you engaged. Take up a new skill or hobby. Learn a new language, pick up an instrument, or take an online course. The internet makes learning easier than ever. Stay curious. Read books, listen to podcasts, or explore different cultures and perspectives. An open mind keeps life exciting. Because here's the simple truth: a learning mind is a youthful mind. The world moves fast, but you don't have to get left behind. The more you embrace new knowledge, the more empowered and connected you'll feel. 9. Happiness is a choice. Don't waste time on regrets. If there's one lesson that every senior eventually learns, it's this: Happiness is a choice. It's not about how much money you have, how many people visit you, or even how good your health is. It's about what you focus on. Many people spend their later years dwelling on past mistakes, lost opportunities, or regrets. They think about the things they wish they had done differently, the job they didn't take, the words they didn't say, the relationships they let slip away. But here's the truth: the past is set in stone. The future is uncertain. The only thing you have control over is today. Just ask Richard, 80. For most of his life, Richard carried guilt. He had a strained relationship with his brother, and they hadn't spoken for years. By the time he wanted to make amends, it was too late. His brother had passed. For years, the regret ate at him. If only he had made that call. If only he had put his pride aside. He couldn't change the past, but he let it control his present, living with sadness and self-blame. But then, something changed. One day, he came across a simple idea that transformed his outlook. If you can't change the past, change how you carry it. Instead of holding on to guilt, he chose to forgive himself. Instead of focusing on what he had lost, he focused on the relationships he still had: his children, his grandchildren, his friends. He started writing down 3 things he was grateful for every day. And something amazing happened. The more he focused on gratitude, the lighter he felt. The happier he became. Because happiness isn't about what has happened to you. It's about what you do with today. So, what can you do? Let go of old grudges. Forgiveness isn't for the other person. It's for you. Holding on to resentment only hurts you in the end. Focus on gratitude. Every morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It rewires your brain to look for joy. Find happiness in small moments. A good cup of coffee, a warm breeze, a kind word. Happiness is made up of tiny, everyday joys. At the end of the day, time is precious. You don't want to reach 90 and realize you spent your 70s and 80s trapped in regret. Choose happiness now, because happiness isn't found, it's made. So, let's quickly recap the 9 hard truths about life after 70, and the lessons that can help you live a happier, more fulfilling life. You will lose friends, but that's not always a bad thing. Focus on deep, meaningful connections instead of numbers. Health isn't guaranteed. Take it seriously now. Small daily habits make all the difference in maintaining mobility and strength. Loneliness can be dangerous. You must stay social. Connection isn't just about fun. It's crucial for your mental and emotional well-being. Money worries don't end. Plan smarter. Unexpected costs arise, so secure your finances early and live within your means. Purpose is everything. You need a reason to get up. Whether it's a hobby, volunteering, or a small project, find something that gives you joy. Your diet controls more than you think. What you eat impacts your energy, brain health, and longevity. Make every meal count. Family won't always be there. Build independence. Love them, cherish them, but don't rely on them for your happiness. The world moves fast. Keep learning. Staying curious and embracing new skills keeps your mind sharp and your life exciting. Happiness is a choice. Don't waste time on regrets. Focus on today. Let go of the past, and build the joy you want in your life. At the end of the day, aging isn't about what you've lost. It's about what you still have and what you can create. Every single day is a new opportunity to grow, connect, and experience life in ways you never imagined. You are not done yet. Your best years are still in front of you, if you choose to make them that way. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 9 lessons resonated the most with you? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future upload. Also, share this video with a friend or loved one who might need to hear these lessons. You never know who might need a little encouragement today. Thank you for watching, and remember, life after 70 is still full of possibility.